Most gardeners waste July. They sit back, assume the growing season is wrapping up, and let their garden beds go quiet. But here's what the seed catalogs won't tell you: July is secretly one of the most powerful planting months of the entire year. The gardeners who know this? They're the ones harvesting fresh food well into fall while everyone else is just waiting for next spring. If you've ever felt like your garden slows down mid-summer, stay with me, because what I'm about to share is going to completely change how you see the second half of your growing season. Welcome back to Earthly Gardening. If you're new here, so glad you found us. This channel is all about helping you grow more food without burning a hole in your wallet, and today's video is a perfect example of exactly that. And to those of you who keep coming back, you already know we don't do fluff here, and today is no different. Before we get into it, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We drop practical, money-saving garden tips every week, and you don't want to miss what's coming. Now let's get into the 15 vegetables you should be planting in July, and why waiting even one more week could cost you an entire harvest. Vegetable 1, bush beans. Most gardeners think beans are a spring crop, and once June passes, that window is gone. But bush beans are one of the fastest maturing vegetables you can grow, and July is actually a perfect second chance. They go from seed to harvest in about 50 to 60 days, which means if you get them in the ground right now, you're looking at a full harvest before the first frost even thinks about showing up. Here's what makes bush beans a July winner: they don't need to be babied. No trellises, no complicated setup, just good soil, consistent watering, and a sunny spot. Push the seeds about an inch into the soil, space them a few inches apart, and let them do what they do best. They're also nitrogen fixers, which means they're quietly improving your soil while they grow. That's a 2-for-1 deal your garden budget will thank you for. Vegetable 2, cucumbers. Now I know what you're thinking: isn't it too late for cucumbers? Absolutely not. Cucumbers actually thrive when the soil is warm, and in July, your soil is basically a cucumber paradise. They mature fast, usually between 50 and 70 days, and a July planting sets you up for a late summer harvest that feels like a bonus round. The key with cucumbers in July is water. Heat and inconsistent moisture are their biggest enemies. Keep the soil evenly moist, mulch around the base to lock that moisture in, and you'll be pulling cucumbers off the vine well into September. Plant them near a fence or trellis to save ground space, and pick them regularly. The more you pick, the more the plant produces. It's one of those vegetables that actually rewards you for paying attention. Vegetable 3, kale. This one flies under the radar as a July planting, but experienced gardeners know the secret: kale planted in midsummer grows into one of the most cold-hardy vegetables you'll ever have in your garden. The timing works out beautifully because by the time cooler fall temperatures arrive, your kale is mature and ready, and here's the twist: a light frost actually makes kale taste sweeter. The cold converts some of the plant starches into sugar, and the flavor completely transforms. Plant kale in a spot that gets partial shade during the hottest part of the day in July, water it deeply and consistently, and you'll have leaves ready to harvest in about 55 to 75 days. Start picking from the outside leaves inward, and the plant keeps producing for weeks. This is the kind of vegetable that keeps giving long after your summer crops have called it quits. Vegetable 4, carrots. Carrots planted in July are a completely different experience from spring carrots. By the time they're ready to pull, the soil has cooled down enough that they develop this deep, concentrated sweetness that spring carrots just can't match. The cool fall soil is what brings out the best flavor in them, and a July planting puts you right on track for that. The one thing people get wrong with July carrots is the soil. Carrots need loose, deep, well-draining soil free of rocks and clumps. If your soil is heavy or compacted, they'll fork and twist instead of growing straight. Loosen it at least 12 inches deep, mix in some compost, and sow the seeds thinly so they have room to develop. Keep the surface moist until they germinate, because carrot seeds are sensitive to drying out. Give them about 70 to 80 days and you'll be pulling some of the best carrots you've ever grown. Vegetable 5, spinach. Spinach is one of those vegetables that almost every gardener overlooks in July because it has a reputation for bolting in the heat. But here's the thing: if you plant it in the second half of July, the days are already starting to get shorter, the heat begins to ease up, and spinach planted now matures in the cool of early fall. That's the sweet spot. Choose a bolt-resistant variety, give it some afternoon shade, and water it consistently. Spinach grows fast. You can harvest baby leaves in as little as 25 to 30 days if you want, or let it mature fully in about 40 to 50 days. It's one of the most nutrient-dense things you can grow, and the fall harvest flavor is noticeably better than spring spinach. Rich, tender, and nothing like the bland leaves you'd buy at a store. Vegetable 6, radishes. If you've never grown radishes, July is honestly the perfect time to start because they are the most instant gratification vegetable in the entire garden. We're talking 25 to 30 days from seed to harvest. You plant them, go about your life for a month, and suddenly you have food ready to pull out of the ground. Radishes are also incredibly useful as a companion plant. They help break up compacted soil with their roots, they attract pests away from other crops, and they can even help loosen the ground for slower-growing vegetables planted nearby. Sow them directly in the soil about half an inch deep, thin them out so each plant has a few inches of space, and water regularly. They're one of the most low-effort, high-reward crops you can put in the ground this month. Vegetable 7, beets. Beets are one of those underrated July crops that experienced gardeners quietly love. They're dual-purpose. You get the roots and the greens, which means you're essentially growing two vegetables in one space. The greens are ready to harvest early while the roots take a bit longer, and both are completely edible and genuinely delicious. July beets benefit from the same principle as carrots and spinach: they mature into cooler weather, and that cooler weather sweetens the flavor. Sow the seeds about half an inch deep, thin the seedlings once they're a few inches tall, and keep the soil consistently moist. Beets don't need much fuss. They need good soil, regular water, and about 50 to 70 days of patience. The payoff is a vegetable that tastes nothing like the canned version most people grew up with. Vegetable 8, turnips. Turnips get a bad reputation, mostly from people who've only ever had them overcooked and underseasoned. Fresh turnips pulled from your own garden in the fall are an entirely different story. They're crisp, slightly sweet, and incredibly versatile, and a July planting puts you right on schedule for a September and October harvest. They grow quickly, about 45 to 60 days, and like beets, the greens are just as edible as the root. Plant them in loose, well-drained soil, thin them to give the roots room to expand, and water them consistently. Turnips are also extremely cold-hardy once they're established, so even if temperatures dip earlier than expected, your crop is safe. These are the kind of vegetables that make your grocery bill noticeably smaller in the fall. Vegetable 9, lettuce. Here's where a lot of people get confused. They think lettuce is only a spring crop and completely write it off once summer arrives. But loose-leaf lettuce varieties planted in late July will give you a genuinely impressive fall harvest, and the flavor of fall lettuce is something else entirely. Cooler temperatures mean slower growth, and slower growth means more tender, more flavorful leaves. The trick is to start them in a spot with afternoon shade during the last hot weeks of summer, then let them gradually transition into more sun as the temperatures drop. Lettuce germinates best when soil temperatures are on the cooler side, so if you can water the bed down before sowing to cool the soil slightly, that gives you a real advantage. You'll be cutting fresh salad leaves well into October, and that feels incredibly rewarding. Vegetable 10, zucchini. Now we're getting into something that genuinely surprises people. Zucchini in July? Yes. 100% yes. Zucchini grows so fast that a July planting gives you a full late summer and early fall harvest window, and here's the thing about July zucchini that most people don't realize: because the plants are younger and haven't been through months of summer stress, they're often healthier and more productive than spring plants that have been struggling through heat and pests for months. Plant your seeds or transplants in rich, well-composted soil. Zucchini are heavy feeders and they want nutrients. Keep them well watered, especially once they start flowering, and harvest the fruits when they're small to medium-sized. Smaller zucchini have better flavor and texture, and picking them regularly encourages the plant to keep producing. You might be surprised just how much food 1 or 2 plants can give you before the season ends. Vegetable 11, Swiss chard. Swiss chard is one of the most forgiving vegetables you can grow, and it transitions from summer heat into fall cool better than almost anything else in the garden. Plant it in July and it will grow steadily through summer, then hit its stride in the cooler weeks of fall when the leaves become more tender and the colors deepen into those beautiful reds, yellows, and oranges. It's also one of the most cut-and-come-again vegetables you'll ever grow. Harvest the outer leaves regularly and the plant just keeps pushing out new growth from the center. One planting in July can give you harvests all the way through the first hard frost, and in mild climates, even beyond that. It's versatile in the kitchen, visually beautiful in the garden, and almost impossible to kill. That's a rare combination. And before we go any further, if you're finding this video helpful, drop a like right now, leave a comment telling me which of these vegetables you're planning to plant first, and if you haven't subscribed yet, now is a really good time. We share tips like this every single week and it genuinely helps to have you here. Alright, let's keep going. Vegetable 12, collard greens. Collard greens are one of those vegetables that love a long growing season and actually get better as the weather cools. A July planting gives them exactly that time to establish during the warmth of summer, then mature into the cool, crisp days of fall when the flavor really develops. A light frost doesn't hurt collards at all. If anything, it makes them better. They're also incredibly heat tolerant during establishment, which makes July an ideal time to get them going. Plant them in full sun, water deeply and consistently, and start harvesting the lower leaves once the plant is established. The more you harvest, the taller and more productive the plant gets. Collards are a heavy producer for very little effort and they stay in your garden producing food long after most other crops have given up. Vegetable 13, broccoli. Yes, broccoli in July. This is one of the most overlooked summer planting strategies for home gardeners. Broccoli planted in midsummer matures in the fall, and fall-grown broccoli is noticeably sweeter, more tender, and often produces tighter, denser heads than spring crops. That's because it develops during cooler autumn weather instead of the heat of summer. Broccoli naturally prefers to finish its growth in cool temperatures, and the difference in quality is something you'll definitely notice. Plant it in a spot that gets full sun, in rich, fertile soil with plenty of compost worked in before planting. Keep the soil consistently moist with deep watering, especially during hot July weather, since young broccoli plants can struggle if they dry out. Broccoli is also a heavy feeder, so adding compost or a balanced fertilizer during the growing season will help produce larger, healthier heads. Most varieties take around 70 to 100 days to reach maturity, making July the perfect time to plant for an October or November harvest. As the weather cools, the plants thrive, producing compact heads with exceptional flavor. Many gardeners find that once they've tasted homegrown fall broccoli, they never look at spring broccoli the same way again. Vegetable 14, cauliflower. Cauliflower has a reputation for being difficult, and honestly, that reputation exists because most people try to grow it in spring when the temperature swings are unpredictable. Fall-grown cauliflower, started in July, is a completely different and far more successful experience. Like broccoli, it forms its head during cooling weather, and that's when it performs best. The most important thing with cauliflower is consistency, consistent watering, consistent feeding, and consistent soil temperature. Mulch heavily to regulate soil moisture and temperature, plant in full sun, and be patient. When the heads start forming, you can tie the outer leaves over the head to keep it white and tender, a technique called blanching that makes a real difference in the final product. This is one of those crops that feels like a real achievement when you pull it off, and a July planting gives you the best shot at doing exactly that. Vegetable 15, garlic. Now this one is a little different from the rest of the list, and it's the one I want to leave you with because it's a long game that pays off in a big way. Garlic planted in late summer and early fall establishes its roots before winter, goes dormant through the cold months, and then comes roaring back in spring to produce full, beautiful bulbs by early summer. The flavor of homegrown garlic is in a completely different category from anything you'll find in a grocery store. Get your seed garlic from a local farm supply or garden center, break the bulbs into individual cloves, and plant them pointed side up about 2 inches deep and 6 inches apart. Mulch over them heavily with straw to protect through winter. Then simply wait. Garlic is one of the most hands-off crops you'll ever grow, and the harvest next summer will make you wonder why you ever bought it at a store. That's your full lineup of 15 vegetables that prove July is far from a dead month in the garden. The gardeners who plant now are the ones who eat well in fall, save money at the grocery store, and head into winter knowing they made the most of every inch of their growing space. If this video helped you see July differently, share it with someone who thinks it's too late to plant anything. Drop a comment below telling me which one you're starting with. I read every single one. Like this video if it was useful, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep growing.